One of the cinematic highlights of this year has been Austin Butler as Elvis Presley in Baz Luhrmann's new film. He's wowed audiences with his portrayal, and honestly, it's hard to imagine anybody else playing the role as well as him. But did you know that Harry Styles, Ansel Elgort, and Miles Teller were also considered? If not, don't worry because we're here to tell you all about it. Let's get started. First up, Denise Chamian spots Austin Butler. While most of the world is just now discovering just how talented and impressive Austin Butler is, he's been on Denise Chamian's radar for almost 10 years now. Denise, the casting director, first spotted Austin in 2013 when she was casting The Maze Runner. Although Austin didn't get that part because he looked a little too young, it was exactly that moment that gave him the most iconic role of his career so far. She talked about how even back then, Austin had the same aura that he has right now, the same sparkly blue eyes, and he was a very good actor. Denise said that most of the time he wasn't included in things that she auditioned him for over the years because he looked too young, but every time they did any major searches, he was always in the mix. She revealed how this happens too often with casting directors. They meet somebody when they're too young, and if they're good, they keep coming back to try and find the right role for these young actors. Kinda sounds like it was all building up to this, doesn't it? Next, Austin Butler gets cast as Elvis. Denise Chamian admitted that the closest role Austin got was Rooster in Top Gun Maverick. She said that she was very passionate about him for that role, and Tom and all the others saw him and agreed that he had something special. But again, he was too young. She said that she just knew Austin had something extraordinary that other actors don't always have. She revealed it was the way he looked into the camera and let the camera see him. It's what made him so captivating. Denise stated that Austin got to a certain level of maturity in his Top Gun Maverick audition. And when she started casting Elvis, Baz wanted to do a worldwide search, which they did. They went all over the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom. She said the team did open casting calls and even looked at Elvis impersonators. But from the very beginning of her search, there was something about Austin that reminded her of Elvis. So, how did it all come together? Denise confessed that she knew Austin could sing, but she didn't know just how well. She said when she sat down with Baz, he had certain people he wanted to test. He had a group of guys he was circling, including Ansel Elgort, Miles Teller, and even Harry Styles. But she had her own list of people, and when Austin came up, she told Baz, "That's your Elvis." And he just looked at her because it was a big statement to make. Well, clearly it worked out. A while later, she made Austin go on tape and began the process of Baz meeting him. He did a workshop in New York where he was tested along with some other actors. Denise said that until the screen test, it wasn't clear to anybody that he was going to get the role, especially because there were many other factors to consider. And he was pretty unknown compared to the other guys. And what did Austin Butler do for his audition? We know what everybody is wondering. Did Austin perform an Elvis song for his audition? And we've got great news. Yes, he absolutely did. Denise revealed that he did his own recording of Unchained Melody. He'd had a dream about his mother who'd passed away a few years ago, so his audition had a feeling of melancholy. So he just went in, sat down at a piano, and recorded it. Then he sent the tape to his agent, and his agent sent it to Denise. She said she thought it was just simply amazing and decided to hold on to it till his audition. She told Variety that everybody did the same song for the test and wore a white suit for the final audition. Everybody got their hair and makeup done. It was a full-blown test, and Austin just smashed all of it. She said that she was totally blown away by his performance. She even said he was so good that people missed the edit from Austin's Elvis to the real Elvis. Now, isn't that high praise? What a guy. Denise also remembered Austin's role in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where he played the role of Tex Watson. She said he was so memorable in that very small role that everybody knew him, and people like that didn't come along too often. She also said it was Austin's work ethic that set him apart from everybody else. He understood material and translated it in a way that made it so honest. And it was that honesty that the audience felt too. And he worked tirelessly to get it all right, which was just incredible. It sounds like Denise Chamian was Austin Butler's own personal fairy godmother, and we love to see that it absolutely paid off. He was fantastic in the film. He couldn't have done a better job, and the role couldn't have gone to a better guy. We're so glad it worked out as it did. And that's all about how Austin Butler beat out the others to get the role of Elvis. Now, let's move on to some other related news. First off, Hugh Jackman talks about Elvis. We all agree Hugh Jackman is one of the most wholesome celebrities ever, right? One of the reasons we all love him so much is because he goes out of his way to appreciate and support his friends on their new ventures, and honestly, what a wonderful man. Now, it's common knowledge that he's good friends with Baz Luhrmann, and the Wolverine actor took to Twitter to express his feelings about his new film, Elvis. Hugh posted a video message just raving about the movie, and he said it was incredible. He revealed that he watched it with his wife in New York City in a packed theater, and everybody went crazy. He praised the music, the visuals, the acting, and the production design, and said that everything was so just beautifully done. He said that this was a special movie and he was so happy that Baz was making films. He even raved about the actors, especially mentioning Austin Butler, who he said crushed it, and Tom Hanks, who he said was always astonishing, but especially in this. He ended his video by saying that he loved it. He had a brilliant night. It was so much fun, and he highly recommended all of his followers to go watch it. Now, don't we all wish we had friends like Hugh Jackman, or had Hugh Jackman as our friend? Next up, Elvis tops 100 million at the domestic box office. If you're still not sold on the film, Elvis just topped 100 million at the domestic box office on Friday, July 15th. And we shouldn't have to tell you how rare that is for a film without superheroes or dinosaurs. Globally, it has made 170 million, which is very impressive for this kind of film. It's one of the few very recent films to reach that box office milestone that's not tied to a franchise, and it did it in tough competition with movies like Top Gun: Maverick, Jurassic World: Dominion, and Thor: Love and Thunder playing at the same time. It also became the second Warner Brothers movie to cross 100 million at the domestic box office after The Batman, which was, of course, a global hit. But hey, why wouldn't it? The film is absolutely phenomenal. Jeff Goldstein, the president of domestic distribution at Warner Brothers, released a statement saying that the team was very pleased and truly thrilled to cross this milestone, and how they expected it to continue to deliver on its ongoing success. So if you haven't seen it yet, what are you waiting for? Go to your nearest cinema today. And finally, Austin Butler is generating lots of Oscar buzz. We all know the Academy loves biopics, and anybody who plays such a role is bound to get at least a nod at the Oscars. Rami Malek even won for his portrayal of Freddie Mercury. So naturally, fans are calling for Austin Butler to win an Oscar for his Elvis. And you know what? He totally deserves it. He embodied the rock star in every way, and he couldn't have done more justice to the role. Undoubtedly, he was the highlight of the film, and fans are rallying behind him for an Oscar. One fan tweeted that it would be the biggest injustice of the year if he didn't win. Another posted that he was a shoo-in for an Oscar nod, at least, but deserved to win it because it was the best performance of the year. All eyes are on the Academy now. Let's see what happens. That's a wrap for this video. What did you think about Austin Butler as Elvis? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.